today. Today we are introducing triplets. So if you're not sure on how to count those, then this lesson is for you. So we're going to get started. Just give me 1 second, or maybe even 2 seconds. Okay, here we go. Get it situated. There we go. All right, so let's get everything up here. There we go. I accidentally had that up from before. All right, let me. There we go. Okay, there we go. We're all set now. Time to start the lesson. So if you remember before, we were talking about 3/4 time signature and 4/4. The difference being really 1 beat per measure, right? You have 3/4 being 3 beats in a measure, 4/4 being 4 beats in a measure. So here we have 4/4, right? So that basically means that we have the equivalent of 4 quarter notes in a measure. So we can have 2 half notes, 1 whole note, dotted half note and a quarter note. How many eighth notes? 8 eighth notes, right? Since they take up an eighth of a measure, at least in 4/4 they do. But today we're going to talk about triplets. First, let me write out a simple rhythm for us to get started, get a little warm up like we should. Okay, here we go. So we're going to talk about how do I count this measure. So I'll give you a second to think about it while I start writing it in. So you remember from before that we have to split beat 3 because we have eighth notes in the 2 halves. We do that by going 3 and, right? Remember? So here we have the rhythm 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pretty easy. One more time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just like that. Now, I'm going to introduce something called a triplet. Real quick, let me just check back, make sure everybody is doing well. Oh man, all over the place today. See where we at. There we go. Okay, somebody is watching, so we'll obviously continue with that. Wish it would stop doing that. There we go. Okay, back to business. All right, here we go. So we've got a triplet. And then, like quarter note. Let's just do 3 quarter notes after that, just to talk about it. Okay, so now we have a triplet. So a triplet I would think about like this. It's a grouping of notes all in 1 beat. So just like 2 eighth notes take the place of a 1 beat. This is the exact same thing, except it's going to be 3 notes in the place of 1 beat. So how do we count this? Well, there's a few ways, but here's the way that I think is the best. So here's beat 1, right? You always want to start with beat 1, as long as it's not a pickup measure. Then you have triplet. So it's going to be counted as 1 triplet. So we've put 3 counts in the place of 1. You want to make sure they're really even. You don't want 1 triplet or 1 triplet. Notice how those were uneven. You want 1 triplet. So really even. And then you have beat 2, 3, and 4. So you have 1 triplet, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here we go for another one. There we go. All right, now how do I count this measure? The first question is, do we have the correct amount of beats for this measure? While I let you think about it, I'm just going to check back at the chat real quick. Okay, great. Okay, here we go. So this is how you count this measure. You're going to go 1, oops, let me turn it back. You have 1 triplet, 2, 3 and, right, from before, the last lesson, and then you have 4 triplet. So you have 1 triplet, 2, 3, and 4 triplet. So again, 1 triplet, 2, 3, and 4 triplet. So make sure when you count beat 2, you don't go by too quickly. That gets a whole beat. So 1 triplet, 2, and then remember 3 and has to be twice as fast as beat 2 since we're dividing it into eighth notes. Alright, we're going to do like one more example today, a little bit of a shorter lesson today. I just wanted to sneak one of these live streams in here since I didn't get around to it last night. So let's do this. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to like that. Didn't like that either. Boom, there we go. Okay, so now we have dotted half note, right? How many beats does a dotted half note get? Dotted half note gets 3 beats. So out of the 4 beats, this is pretty easy. We got our first 3 taken up by that. And then how are we going to count this last triplet? Well, we're going to count it as 4 triplet. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 triplet. Just like that. Okay, one more for today. Before I do it, let me check back, make sure everybody is all good. Okay, looks like everybody's holding in there, so great. Looks like the stream is also holding up nicely. So here we go. What was that? Oh, nope. What is going on here? Why? What is that about? Go away. What is going on here? Sorry guys, it looks like how okay, back to this. I have no idea why that came up. I couldn't get rid of it. Sorry about that. Google. Okay, last one for today. We're going to do does not like that. Doesn't like that either. Boom. Man, what is going on this morning? Okay, how do I count this rhythm? So the first question is, do I have the correct amount of beats in this measure? And the answer is, yes, I do. Here we go. We're going to chart it out. You have 1 and 2 and 3, 4 triplet. So you count that as 1 and 2 and 3, 4 triplet. So one more time, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 triplet for that last measure. Alright everybody, so I'm just going to wrap it up here this morning. I hope you enjoyed the lesson today. There will be a recording of this. There will be more live streams on the way. So thank you so much for listening. If you like this lesson or you learned something, leave it a like, and why not subscribe to get all the great updates. So this has been Tim from Lessons on the Web. Thank you so much and have a great day.